Alright, I promise this is the last one, besides 2 more showing up later. We got ourselves another Xbox 360. So honestly, there wasn't anything too special about this one. It was just, I don't know, an auction ending, and it was at least a tested working, mostly, Xbox. It showed it booting up. It had a picture of the drive opening and closing. I think this one said he didn't actually have any games to see if it read discs. He did say it came with some dust. There it is. Awesome. Actually, I guess there is something a little interesting here. We have a Falcon, 14.2 amps, but we also have a service date. This is late 2009, September 1st, assuming that was a 1. Now, to be completely honest, unless this turns out to be like JTaggable or something, we are going to steal this disk drive. As I've mentioned before with the 420 build, we either need a BenQ or a light on. That looks like a BenQ. That sounded a little strange. No green. No blades. Ooh, okay. That's still too new, right? That came after the other NXC. Now, in the photos, it was upright and opening and closing. So there's actually a lot of issues so far. One, I laid it down, it opens and closes fine. As soon as I put a disc in, it just does the and then absolutely nothing. Of course, and I cannot get a controller to sync to it. Pressing both sync, they just go and go and go. Tried it over and over again. Right, I forgot it's going to be pretty disgusting. Let's be honest, it's not looking great so far, even as a parts Xbox. My God, is this disgusting. I've never seen the inside yellowed so badly. But obviously this is all broken. I think the back shell is okay, it's still scratched up. Check this out. Some real deep scratches in those spots. So even if this needed was going to be used in another build to be painted or something, it would need a heck of a lot of sanding. The sync issue is most likely going to be the RF board, so we'll just swap that out and hope that fixes it. But there's also, and it is common to have corrosion on that metal shielding, but I don't know, this one's pretty aggressive. We do have our screws here. I did take out the case screws. This sticker is missing, so it's just some stickiness there that was collecting dust. RF board is pretty nasty. Something spilled all over it. Inside, yeah, pretty disgusting, but not the worst one we've had recently. Just got to dust it off by hand, the places we could reach while everything is still in here. I'll probably just put a different fan in there. I've got plenty of those, same with the fan tunnel. I have the other shell components soaking right now, even though we'll probably just use new stuff. The top and bottom vent and even the faceplate actually looked like much newer than the rest of it, so don't know what's going on there. We're gonna have to pop this off and see if it is in fact a serviced Falcon. Real quick, our capacitors all seem to be good. That looks nice. I have another really clean shell we might just start with while we soak this one and see. Oh my God, those are bugs and things. Got the heat sinks off, just kind of dusted what was left underneath the heatsink area. Nothing looks too bad under here. I mean, obviously our thermal paste is pretty bad because there's not much there, but we'll get that cleaned up. Honestly, heat sinks look all right. Just get that little bit cleaned off. Issue here. Couldn't really see corrosion anywhere else. It was just darker dust, but right where our eject button is, And the infrared sensor there. Looks like there's actually corrosion on it. So we'll have to get that whole area cleaned up and inspect it further. Now this button was working, but you did have to push it harder than normal, and obviously we couldn't get the controller to sync up, so we'll have to see if that's the RF board or if this is just corroded. The HTG85. Now the other one was 130. A known working RF board in here. Nice clean metal cage. Nice clean set of fans and fan tunnel. There we go. Let's check out that DVD drive. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it is mostly just clumps of dust and hair. So, should be able to just clean it up. Underneath all that looks decent. I don't see obvious signs of corrosion getting to the inside. There was a pretty good amount on the top here, but I think that was just from the shielding, which was one of the more corroded ones I've seen. New shell, new belt, clean all the tracks out, some grease. Let's put the rest of the shell on. Alright, it turns on. We didn't break it. Does it boot up? Yes. Pretty sure it was regular OEM Delta fans, but they are definitely quiet. Actually, I put new ones in. I'm dumb. But they're still Delta. Okay, let's see. Okie dokie. That's weird. Let's try the controller real quick. Check that out. Just the RF board. So I guess we can go over here. Oh, I miss this dashboard. This is the dash, my personal 360 that I had the longest time for years and years. Had this dashboard. I did so many things to that system. 13, 14, 6. I guess that eject button was also corroded. Yeah, just heard it kind of spin for a second. At least did a tiny bit more than last time, but didn't have high hopes for that disk drive. We'll have to label this one. It looks like we have a great board though. Love the dashboard. Would honestly keep this as a personal one. Just needs those repairs, and I think with a solid disk drive it'd be a good board. That one over here with the other bad disk drive, but working boards. It sort of changes today's plan, because I was hoping that had a good disk drive, since he said opens and closes, so that we could finish this one up, but since we still don't have a good one, and I just found out my order was canceled for several BenQ lasers for some reason. I guess they didn't have the full quantity I asked, which was only like a 3, I think. And they just straight up canceled it, so I guess we'll have to find another one. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is open the other 2 Xboxes we have, and these should be, I think, the last 2. Like, out of all the ones I've ordered, unless I order more after I say this, which I hope I don't have to. Let's get these finished up. And as we know here, this is an Opus with the light on that won't read. That is also an Opus with a light on that won't read. And here we should have 2 more Opus, an untested and a tested. So let's start with the tested one. I totally forgot this one was an actual full bundle. This one was listed as an Opus, said tested, had pictures of everything, you know, working. Controller, which feels pretty decent. It's also got this cable, which is nice. I don't think I've ever actually had one of these personally. I have also heard that they kind of suck, or that they break easily. I am worried about this analog stick. Seems to be... I think it might be just the rubber, but we'll see. It seems like it's in decent shape. Honestly, so far, first impressions, I mean, I'm not worried about grabbing anything in here. Like, it all looks pretty decently clean. That's interesting. Haven't seen a cable like that. Probably more universal thing they found that works, and that's stuck to my arm. Okay, so this one here should have the power supply as well, it looks like. Another nice and clean video cable. I've been pretty surprised by the video cables in the last couple of boxes that came with them. They look pretty darn clean. Looks like we've got Madden. Doubt they would wrap it up like this if it was in horrible condition. Oh yeah. Sweet. Check out the disc. We've got everything in there. I'm sure this is going to look just fine. Yeah, pretty smudged up, but definitely not all scratched up. I'm sure that's going to work. Always concerning when the cables are kind of wrapped up like that, but right off the bat, I mean, this might be the nicest one I have so far. It's a 175 watt. I am so happy that this isn't all sticky and just brown and clumps of stuff hanging out. We'll go ahead and open the other one real quick. This one has apparently a 60 gigabyte hard drive. We're not going to do an unboxing of the other one because I already opened it and it doesn't come with anything. It was just this all by itself. Now this one honestly is also not like all yellowed and stuff. I guess side by side you can see this one's still definitely a brighter white. This one was either well taken care of, not abused, or I don't know, maybe somebody did go through it at some point. This one here does have pretty nasty sticker residue that was collecting some gunk there. It does have a hard drive on it. I'm going to assume it's a 20. Got all of our doors on this one, and yeah, everything feels really solid on that one. Doors still seem good here, but we are obviously probably missing the spring. Back on that one is pretty decent. Ooh. That one's got a couple marks on it. Warranty sticker. Warranty sticker. Now for the dates. See, they're both non-HDMI, and they actually both don't seem to be totally gross through here. This one's got some stuff going on. This one may have, well, there's a little bit of stuff, but on our fully tested one, 2008, July 26th, 14.2 amps. A little bit of signs of opening there, but these all look clean. No sign of a center peg on there being broken off. Definitely a Falcon power port. Let's move over to this one. I think we've got the same deal. It looks good there. That's definitely a Falcon port, and it's non-HDMI. And this one is 2008, May 2nd. So early, well, I guess mid-2008, but that's probably, if I'm not mistaken, it was like mid-2008 they started Opus. It could have been earlier, but I feel like that's a really early Opus. And then this one, 2 or 3 months later, pop the face plates off. Now, as I said, this one had pictures and everything showing it was all working, that it was an Opus. Honestly, as long as this one works, just like the listing said, disk drive working, all that kind of stuff, we'll probably just take that leaf shell, swap it right onto this one, and be good to go. Unless we open this up and it has like gold-plated chips or something. Same situation here. Light on drive. Now this was actually in a lot of 4, and I noticed in some of the pictures, I'm like, man, I think that looks like an Opus. And I kind of waited. I was gonna bid, but it would have been like $100 for all 4, and 2 of them were Slims. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So I waited until it ended. Nobody bought it, and then messaged them, would you be willing to You know, you have them priced about 25 bucks a piece, so would you do that shipped for just that one? And he's like, sure. First test is the power supply. Just unplug it, see if it turns red. Looks like we're staying orange. I'm not going to make you wait. Supply seems good. We're also going to test out our controller and game. This is our tested working one. Oh no, I didn't plug it in. Green light, green light. Let's actually see if this already connects. Oh, it did. Sweet. We got Grandpappy and Guy. And our dashboard. Let's test out this game. Now, if this one's fully working, basically, we're going to take it apart, make sure everything's clean, do the thermal paste, and throw it in the leaf shell. And that one is going to be all ready to go. Come on. There it goes. It took a second, but probably just needs a little grease, maybe a belt. Actually, to be fair, it's opening and closing fine. Now, if this one doesn't do anything at all, we're just going to set it aside with the other problem boards and go over it then. If it does work, we'll take it apart, clean it alongside the other one. Oh, that's interesting. No center LED. I guess there's a chance it has... Oh, wait a minute. It didn't do any of the lights, did it? I don't know if it's syncing or not right now. Got Hammer Tyler. You know what? That honestly sounds like a solid drive. It's just jammed. I'm sure the belt is garbage, but I guess we can try plugging in a wired controller. So, this doesn't seem to be drifting at all. That's good. Alright, so not the newest dashboard, but not any of the more interesting ones. 15574. So again, it looks like we need a new RF board, and we'll check out the disk drive, and hopefully nothing else is crazy in there. To really report taking this apart, it has been such a pleasure. Everything has been perfectly clean, pretty much. Nothing missing, nothing marked up, damaged. Looks like our caps over here all look good. Got a little bit of dust there. That's probably the dirtiest part. Otherwise, yeah, this is awesome. Let's get it down to the chips. Again, not much to report. Some usual dust. And it does look like the thermal paste has never really been replaced, but that's okay. We'll get that cleaned up. It is cool to see all the different combinations on here. This one has the chips with the glue around it, but it doesn't have the pads underneath because it doesn't have the larger chips here that also have, you know, the part underneath, I guess. Back here, we can see it does say Opus version 1. And if you remember from a previous video, one of the other Opus we opened up, this is our third one, I guess, said OUPS version 1. And I'm like, that's got to be a typo. And it seems like it is. Anybody else I've asked said it should say this, Opus version 1. And that other one said, Oops version 1. So even cooler, definitely keeping that other one. So we can at least read this now. We got RIA002. Now I didn't take apart the other one alongside this one because we also have to take apart this one right here. So let's do that right now. This one back apart. Now we need to swap the tray from the disk drive over to the other one because it has the painted front and the clear bezel. We also will swap this fan over into the other one, which is the Nidec fans, the real quiet ones. And since these were already cleaned up and have fresh thermal paste on them, easy to wipe off, and we've got the copper CPU heatsink, we'll just swap the heat sinks over as well. Both back to this point, we're ready for the disk drives. Got the other stuff from the one we just took apart back on this Opus. And this Opus has the new stuff with the LED, the Nidec fans, copper heat sinks. We just need to put this disk tray onto the good drive, plus just take this one apart, see what's going on in there, clean it out. We took the tray out, put it back in the other one, put that one all back together. It's back on the shelf. We're going to look at this one here. Typical dust on the sides. Actually, the grease looks relatively newer on there. Probably still wipe it off and add some new one while we're in here. And we'll, of course, add our other rubber band there. Even though this one is working fine, I still trust the hair ties. We've got it in the upright position. Let's go for it. Literally the only thing swapped out was the tray itself. And it did have that little hiccup the first time we tried it, but yeah, it just sounds like it's not doing anything. I don't understand. Sweet, so we still don't have another Xbox ready to go. We could go ahead and tear this one open and try out that light on drive. I am a little burned out on trying that at the moment. We're going to end it there. We do at least have 4 Opus boards that are all working and just are having the disk problems. But I'm sorry, this one's just going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'd like to take a break from that and continue putting this one together. Actually need are the fans that should be here tomorrow for the radiator, and this one should be getting done very soon. No disk drive to worry about. For today, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. I already said that.